students. How are you? I hope you all are absolutely fine and safe at your home. So, students, my name is Ritu Rathor and I'm going to teach you English this year. Students, first of all, I want to congratulate you all for your result and I welcome you all. Now, students, in today's video, we'll begin with the first poem of your book. This year, you will be having two books. First is Hornbill and second is Snapshot. So, our first online lecture is from Hornbill. I guess you all are ready with your pen and book? Alright, so let's get started. So, students, this is the first poem of your book, Hornbill. And the name of a poem is A Photograph, written by Shelley Tolson. Alright, now I'll give you the introduction of the poet. Shelley Tolson was born on 20th May 1924 in England. Alright, so you can see she is Shelley Tolson. Now, the introduction of the poem. The poet remembers her mother who died about 12 years ago. There is a photograph taken when her mother had gone for a sea holiday with her cousin and her uncle. Looking at the photograph, she experienced the great loss of her mother. The poem basically talks about how death can silence you and leave you speechless. So, now we'll begin with the detailed explanation of the poem stanza wise. So, let's begin with the first stanza of your poem. This is the first stanza. The cardboard show me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hand, and she the big girl some 12 years or so. Paddling means walking and she the big girl means some 12 years or so. So, in these lines, the poet is looking at an old photo album which is made up of cardboard. In the picture, there are three girls who are walking on the beach holiday, holding each other's hand. The girl in middle is the tallest and the oldest. The other two girls on each side are younger than her. The girl in middle is the poetess mother. Students, I hope you all know the difference between poet and poetess. When a poem is written by a male, we call it a poet, and when it is written by a female, we call it poetess. So here we call her as poetess. Alright? The girl in middle is the poetess mother. She is around 12 years old when the picture was taken. So, the poetess is going for a beach holiday. Alright? Now, next stanza. All three stood still to smile through their hairs at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother that was before I was born, and the sea which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. So, in the above lines, the poet describes how the photograph was taken. Her mother's uncle took the photograph and told them to stop and pose. And so all three of them left their wet hairs open and smiled at the camera. That is why poetess used the smile through the hairs. Alright? The poetess' attention is drawn toward his mother's face, which is described as sweet face. The photograph was taken long before the poetess was born. The poetess called their feet terribly transient, as they were so young by then and now they had grown older. On the other hand, the sea which touched their feet has changed less. Or you can say the sea which appears to have changed less depict that the sea which touches her mother's feet is the one which has not changed over the years, whereas her mother and her cousin grown older. The sea here symbolize eternity and immortality, whereas human being on the other hand has a lifespan and has to be die one day. So life is not permanent. The poet is sad about her mother's demise. All right? Next stanza. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly. She had say, and look how they dress us for the beach, the sea holiday. Was her past, mine is her laughter, both rhyme with the labored ease of loss. So after 20-30 years, what happened? She laughed at the photograph. Which photograph? The photograph which they have taken during the beach holiday. She would tell me to look at her cousin. Now the name is given. The two cousins were Betty and Dolly. And how their parent would dress all three of them up for the beach? They would have planned to take a photograph beforehand. Alright. So the poet recalled the sea holiday was her mother's favorite moment from the past, while the poetess' favorite moment from the past was her mother's laughter. But both women would think about those past memories which they cannot live again. They tried their best to adjust to what they have lost. And which loss they were talking about? First is, poetess' mother has lost her adulthood and she is now turned old. And on the other hand, poetess is talking about her mother, loss of her mother, because her mother is now no more. Alright, next stanza. Now she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. It's silence silences. Now, the poetess in the above line says that her mother died 12 years ago, the same age as her mother was in the photograph. Whenever the poet thinks of her mother's death, she cannot explain what effect she has of her mother's death. Death has silenced her mother because now she is no more, which has also left her speechless. And who is speechless here? Poetess is speechless because she is sad about the lost. Which lost? Death of her mother. Alright. So, students, this poem is divided into 3 stanzas. And all 3 stanzas depict 3 different phases. What are they? In first stanza depict her mother's childhood days when she was 12 years old or so. And it talk about a photograph of her with her 2 cousins on a beach holiday. And her uncle took the photograph and her mother changed over the year as she grew older. While the sea which touched their feet in that beach holiday had not changed over the years. So this is first stanza. In second stanza, the poet talk about her childhood days when her mother used to look at the photograph and recall everything mentioned in the first stanza. And in last stanza, the poet shared that her mother is dead as many years ago as was her age in photograph. She died 12 years ago. The poet is recalling her mother's old memories while looking at the photograph. And she is in pain and missed her deceased mother. And she has no words to describe her grief. So I hope you have understand the explanation. Now we'll discuss poetic devices used in the poem. So first poetic device is alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is repetition of consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words. Example, stood still. Student, please mark or you can underline it. Stood still. Second is through there. Third is my mother. Fourth is terribly transit. And fifth is silence, silences. So all these are the instance of alliteration in the poem. Alright. Second literary device is oxymoron. What is oxymoron? A term which contradicts itself is oxymoron. Here, labored is. Labored means very hard, very difficult, and ease is comfortable. So this is oxymoron. Third is transferred epithet. Terribly transit. Now student, what is transfer epithet? Transfer epithet is when an adjective usually used to describe one thing and is transferred to another. Here, terribly transit. Because it was actually a reference to life which was transit and not one's feet. Transit means something which is temporary or short. And here she refers to ever-changing imprints of the feet left on the sea sand. And the sea never appears to change, but human life is transit. So this is transferred epithet. Alright, so all these are poetic devices which is used in this poem. And I hope you have understood the explanation. And still, if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. Alright. And student, there is one assignment for you. Please write the summary of the poem in your own words in your notebook. And along with that, try to do the question and answer given at the back of the poem. Alright. So with this, we come to the end of today's lecture. We'll continue in next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you. Bye-bye.